natural. Goodness, fine. Ooh. DNA one more time. I did that on purpose because the subject matter for this particular time, yeah, it's the same day, it's still Labor Day weekend. You know, we film more than once, kind of like the game shows, you know, but we just don't change clothes.
Right.
But the subject matter for this particular segment that we was just talking about, so we decided to turn the camera on, is reincarnation. You know, do you believe?
In reincarnation? Yeah.
Do you not believe?
Okay.
You know,
I don't know. It don't have to be called reincarnation, but I believe that we come back. I believe that we are energy. That's why I believe in prayer amongst people, and the energy in that room or in that place. And I think that we come back because once this body dies, our energy is still here, and it does relive somewhere else. I don't know if we'll come back as a tree or, I just know that we are energy. And if everything is connected, then it doesn't matter what we come back as. I just think we do. Now, you don't have a whole lot of Christians saying something about that. We don't come back, we go where we're supposed to go, and then the Lord comes. The Lord is already here. Y'all keep trying to talk about He coming. He is already, if that's what you want to call Him, is already here. It's always been here. He's like He went on vacation, and now He's going to come back and see us later. God is always here. So
on vacation.
It feels like He on vacation.
Down in Turks and Caicos.
With all the stuff that's happening.
Working on his tan.
But my God doesn't have a sexual oriented gender. It's just God to me. It's the heavens, the earth, the dirt, the grass, everything. My God is everywhere and everything. So, and it's the energy that we feel. Like you'll walk past something and you're like, ooh, you get goosebumps and what was that? You don't know, but so many things have been proven that we are still here. That there are spirits that are still here. We call them spirits. We don't know what they are, but that's the word we're going to give. And we call them spirits, and they're still here. So many things have happened to me in my life that I can say I believe that. You may not have ever had anything happen in your life. You say, well, it's never happened to me. I don't believe in that. Now, when it happens to you, are you going to dismiss it? If it were to happen to you, are you going to dismiss it? Oh, no. That ain't God's way. That ain't God. You have no idea. Most people talk so much, they don't know what's God's will. They need to be quiet. That's why I always say, more things come to you when you're quiet. Just be quiet, see what happens. I just happen to be more in tune to certain things, and I didn't know my grandmother was this way until my mother told me that she was more in tune to a lot of things. Although she was a Christian woman and died a Christian woman, she still had questions and she still had little beliefs of other things because she still didn't understand. There's a lot of things we don't understand, but I think that when we die, we come back. I think when we die, we come back as something. We may not come back, you died and you come to somebody pregnant and you go to them. I think it's just when we finally get our turn to live where we're supposed to live or whatever it is, we come back. That's why so many things are familiar. Now they call them familiar spirits.
When you come across somebody that physically you've never encountered before, but it's just an aura about them.
Right.
That's often called a familiar spirit, or you feel like you may have encountered them before. It's a familiarity to them, but you don't recognize them. And I'm glad you said that because that would roll me right over into the reincarnation part. In tune with the deja vu. If you've ever been in a situation where you did something, or you've been someplace where you said to yourself, I've seen this before. I did this before. I've been here before. And you haven't.
Right.
People call it deja vu. Some people believe that it might be, purely coincidental. You know, some people think, well, subconsciously you probably seen something like that on TV. You might have seen it in a magazine. You might have heard it before. You know, then other people may think it's reincarnation. You know, I've been here before. You know, what do I believe? I believe in consistency. You understand? And I believe that you keep doing it until you get it right. You know.
But that's supposed to be hell. Repetition.
Really? Wow. Okay. Well, I'm not. That's something new. I'm not familiar with that. But I don't know if. You know. I don't know anybody. Okay. That can tell me for sure. And we'll probably get a lot. You know. How you gonna say? You know. I don't know anybody that know God. You understand? For real. Okay? Alright? I know you.
Right.
You know me. You understand? I see you. Okay? Do I believe in God? Yes, I do. You know, do I believe in Jesus? Yes, I do, because that's the way that I was raised. You understand? Now, it does not limit my mind, you know, because I was raised to be Christian. And I'm the youngest of 3 boys, and my brother converted to Islam once he got grown. You know, so I mean, he had his own mind, he made his own decision, he went his own way. You know, he saw something and he found faith, you know, through different means. I don't condemn him for that. That's my brother. You know, I don't know who's right and who's wrong. I don't know whether or not, you know, the Bible is correct or the Quran is correct. I don't know if the Torah is correct, you know, or if Buddhism is right. I don't know. Because I don't know anybody that can tell me, you know, oh yeah, Jesus lived right up the street. I seen him. Let me take you to him. You know, let me take you over here to meet Elijah. You know, let's go over here and I know, you know, whoever, you know, the other religions, you know, I don't know, you know. I have questions, lots, oodles and oodles of questions. You know, again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. You know, if you don't believe in God, then, you know, immediately you dubbed an atheist. You understand? Now, I have a friend, you know, and I don't throw that word around. You know, I have a friend, you know, a gentleman that I befriended, you know, some years back, and we conversated, and, you know, he told me something, and I told him something, and our stories were similar, you know, though we from different backgrounds and from different races. You know, he mentioned that when he was an altar boy, he asked his preacher or the father, you know, where did God come from? And he put him out the church. I'm serious. He put him out the church. You know, so he stopped believing in that. You know, and he went his own way. You know, when I was going to church, I asked my pastor, I said, you know, everything derives from something. Everybody derives from something. I said, where did God come from? And he didn't put me out the church. And he didn't call me a heathen and blaspheme. He didn't do none of that. He said, I don't know. You understand? He told me the truth because he didn't know. Okay? Now, if there's anybody out there that got that answer, I would love to hear it. You know, because then it would support my belief system as well as everybody else's that believes in God. You know, that practices Christianity. You know, that follows the faith of Christians. You know, now, I'm not saying it to be disrespectful. It's a natural question. I'm a child of God. And when you're at home and you're raising your child and you tell your child, don't play with that, that's going to hurt you. And you tell them why. So they learn and they know. And they can pass that on when they have a child. As a child, a child is curious. A child is inquisitive. They want to know things. I'm curious, I'm inquisitive, I want to know things. You know, so that I can have these answers, so that I can pass them on. You know, to the other generations that come behind me, to those that I rear. You know, but I don't get these answers. And a lot of times when you say stuff like that, you don't question God. You don't. You do what you want to do. I do what I want to do. Okay? Opinions. Remember, you know, we all got one. Just like the bunghole. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Okay?
How do you get your
and
answers?
wait, hold. Let me clear this up right now. This is not the sign of the devil. It's not no 666. It's not no Illuminati. It's a circle representing an asshole. Okay? That's what that is. Okay? So yeah. So clear that up. You know, I don't want to go into nothing. No, I ain't down with that. Not your boy. No, thank you. Anyway. Anyway. You know, a lot of people don't like when you know, but I mean, that's just society. You know.
Well, that just brings us back to what I said about.
That just brings us back to the last video. You know.
What I said. As far as how can I not ask you questions if you're supposed to be the one talking, you know, teaching me? If you don't know the answer, just say you don't know.
Tell the truth.
Right. By making me feel more stupid by putting me out the church or putting me out the.
Don't sell me something. You know. And I mean, you know, to the guy that I was talking about, I mentioned, you know, about him going to church. You know who you are, you watch, you know. Shout out to my man Rob. What's up? You know, but it's just that people like to be so closed-minded. People like to be so, you know, you don't do that, and they tell you, be politically correct. Ain't nothing about politics correct. You understand? Ain't nothing about politics correct, okay? I said it before, I'll say it again. You know, most politicians have a background in law, are lawyers, or come from lawyers, you know, the majority of politicians, okay? All lawyers are liars. Simply because whether it's for the good or the bad, if it's for the prosecution or the defense, lawyers learn to manipulate the truth. Okay? Anytime you change the truth, it's not the truth no more. You understand? Now, I'm not condemning lawyers. I'm not. I'm not condemning politicians. I'm not. I'm speaking the facts. Okay? They got a lot of devil talk and a lot of rhetoric and a whole lot of things that they say, you know, and a whole lot of Latin terms that's a dead language that they still use it. And this is where they draw some of their stuff from. You know, doesn't mean I condemn them. I'm speaking the facts. You know, so to be politically correct is like an oxymoron. You know, you want to be a right liar, huh? That don't make sense. You know, that really don't sound right. You know, but what happens when you're gone? I don't know. You know, you have people that have had near-death experiences. You have people that say, you know, and that have, you know, been clinically dead for X amount of minutes, or, you know, gone and came back, you know, and said, I was in the room and I saw myself, and I don't doubt that, you know, but I don't know anybody. I've yet to encounter, hear, see anybody that can specifically say, hey, I was there and I met who we know as Buddha, Jesus, you know, Allah, anybody, you know. because it's a lot of questions, you know. And my first question would be, how can we make the world better? Period. Because I've said it before, I say it after every video, and I'm going to say it again. We all on this ball together. And if we don't learn to get along with each other, and we don't learn to help each other, and we don't learn to look out for each other, there will be no other in time, and there will be no each. Because if we eliminating each other, you know, it's constantly we hating on this one and hating on that one. Everything in the media is race relations and race wars, and you know, it's we at war across the water, and then we at war in the streets, and then we at war with the police, and then we at war as communities, and then we at war with each other. You know, all lives matter. Period. All life is precious.
We're gonna stop here. We'll see y'all in the next one.
Translation. I don't know what she's talking about. We'll see y'all next video. So, I don't know. But leave a comment. You know, say something, post something, let us know how you feel, let us know what you think. Where you at with this? You know,
You believe in reincarnation?
is it true? Is it false? Is it something that they just say to throw us off? I don't know. Subscribe, post a comment, say something, leave something. You know, give us a shout out. If you feel like saying, the hell with you, you heathens, well, that's fine. That's your opinion. You know, if you feel like, you know, I think it was aliens here, that's fine too. That's all right. You know, we merely speak our opinions. We're all on this ball together. Y'all know what it is. We gotta make it do what it do. And what we doing, we gotta do it better. Till next time, DNA and the New York Giants. Signing off. Y'all be ready. See you in February. Yeah. I ain't letting that one slide. That's the Super Bowl for those of y'all that don't know what I'm talking about. All right.
They know.
DNA. That looked like I was saying hi, right?